Hey everyone, it's Beth. Welcome back to Reseller Rowboat. I'm doing a 6-hour thrifting marathon today. See these glasses right here? They're clear. They have no prescription in them. You're probably going, Beth, why are you wearing glasses with no prescription? Well, I've been getting eye infections, really bad eye infections, and that's from touching my eye at the thrift store. So Jania's like, why don't you, it's a shame you can't wear goggles. And I'm like, well, I don't want to wear goggles, but maybe I could get some glasses. So I found these on Amazon. They're cheap. They're lightweight. I think they're fashionable. So, hey, why not? I think this will work. I think it'll keep me from touching my eye. So I just left the post office. I shipped out 14 packages. I had a terrible weekend. I think it was like $220 in sales. Last weekend, I did like $600 in sales. So my 7-day total right now is under $900, which is terrible. I like to be between $1,000 and $1,200 at all times. And my August is worse than my July. So anyway, what I'm going to do today is my goal is to get 200 items because next week I can't thrift on Monday. I have to work for my assistant. And she's going to work for me on Tuesday, but that's 50-cent day. And on 50-cent day, they have a lot of the store roped off. And so, as many people come, but there's not as much space. Sometimes there's not even enough carts. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'm going today to try to get 2 weeks worth at least. So it's 3 hours or 100 items, whichever comes first. Take a break. Go drive down to McDonald's. Use their restroom. Get a small Diet Coke. Eat my lunch. I'll show you what I made for lunch. It's awesome. And then maybe take one more restroom break and then go back to the thrift store and thrift another 3 hours or 100 items, whichever comes first, unless my back goes out. I am a little bit worried about that. So I used to do this years ago on Saturdays. I used to thrift from 9 to 12, meet Jania halfway and have lunch, do several bathroom breaks, and then go back and thrift another 3 hours. But that was years ago, and I'm just not sure that my back's going to be able to take it. So, anyway, that's what I'm doing, and I need the inventory. Okay guys, I did 3 hours and that was including checking out, maybe a little bit less than 3 hours. I got 109 things and they charged me for 110 because at the end there was a homeless man who came in. I've seen him there before. He's mentally ill. He comes in on a bicycle and he tried to cut in front of me in line, and he had one pair of pants, and the lady in front of me, I thought, said she would buy them for him. And he was like, thank you. And he put it up on the counter, and she paid, and he left. And then they said she didn't pay, because I heard her say something about Jesus. So I thought, well, she's giving him a blessing, and she's telling him something about Jesus. So when I got up there, he started bugging them and telling them, he didn't have any money, and something about he had bleached his pants at the laundromat, and he needed new pants, and so he just wouldn't leave him alone. I felt bad. And so I said, hey, I'll buy him, and just to get him out of there. And even after I bought him, he just kind of hung around there like, look, it's paid for. Go ahead and move along, And so I've got to find my fork. I brought my lunch. I forgot my crackers. I was going to have crackers, so I don't know. Okay, where's my fork, Beth? I brought a fork. I know I did. Oh, here it is. I can't even with my fingers. Okay, so I wanted to show you this salad that I made, and then I want to talk to you about something else. So, I don't know if you can see it, but, okay, this salad, I make it at least once a summer, and what it has is, and it's a little bit high calorie for me because of the pasta. So, any kind of pasta, you boil it, and then I put in 1 can of, garlic seasoned diced tomatoes, And then I put black olives, Parmesan cheese, and turkey pepperoni. And then I put Italian dressing a little bit on it to just make it kind of wet, because I do drain the tomatoes and I drain the olives. And this just makes a really nice light. I can't have very much because it's a lot of calories. So while I eat, okay, what I really wanted was this drink. I wasn't going to get a large one, but I think I'll be okay. I'm going to go into the restroom right after I eat. I should be okay. All right, so last night I really didn't have much to do. When I went to bed, I had already done my cross listing and everything, so I did my Spanish, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to read my Daily Stoic. I haven't read the Daily Stoic in over a year. And for those of you who don't read the Daily Stoic, it's an awesome way. It's it's, what do you call them? Devotions. But it's about all different things, and it's basically how to look at your life differently and to be more positive, have a more positive outlook. And I need a change of attitude right now. I really do. And so I don't have it in front of me to read it to you, but basically today's was to try to go all day without blaming other people for situations that happen or blaming other circumstances, but to attribute it to your choices, okay? And could I do it for a day? If I can't do it for a day, try doing it for an hour. And if I can't do it for an hour, do it for 10 minutes. By the way, these glasses really helped. Whenever I felt an itch, I just took the corner of my shirt. So this really helped, these glasses. Okay, so that's a very dangerous practice for me because I tend to blame myself for everything, even things that are not my fault. And so today at the thrift store, there were some very weird people there. And they were shopping like on my row, parking their shopping cart on one side, but shopping on the other side of the aisle. So I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go forward because their cart was in front of me and they were on the other side. I always learned that you just keep your cart in front of you. Now, do I go back and forth across the aisle? Yes, I do, if there's not other people on the aisle with me. But these two women, this is towards the end, and I was starting to get a little... And I'm thinking, okay, how can I turn this around where I don't blame them? Because this really is their fault. So I turned it around that my choice is to thrift at this thrift shop. My choice is to thrift anyway. And so I know people are going to be like this. And if I don't want to encounter this, then I shouldn't go to thrifting, because this always happens. People always push the clothes towards me and my hand gets stuck between the hangers and I loudly say, ouch! Or I'm putting something in my cart and they pushed it and then I've lost my place. So I tried to turn it around that way so I wouldn't get upset, because my regular viewers know that I have been diagnosed with OCD, and whenever I get upset, especially in the thrift store, I start a panic attack. And also, if it gets hot in there, and I just feel like I'm getting hotter and hotter, I panic and I have panic attacks. And that's why that neck fan really helps. I've had that neck fan now for a year and a half, and I don't think I've had a panic attack since due to heat. Now, about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, I did have an encounter with a man in the parking lot there. And so I am still constantly looking up and around looking for him, even though I know I could never pick him out of a lineup. I know his general height, I know his race, I know his basically how old he is. So I'm always looking for him. So sometimes I will start to panic if I see a man that could be him. But anyway, so all in all, it was pretty good. My back is actually not too bad. I felt like I was going to have a good experience when I was there less than 5 minutes, and I found 3 Catherine's tops that were in good shape. And I did. I found a pretty good, I found quite a bit. Now, going back, I'm going to go to the back of the store, and that's where all the jeans are. So the next load's going to be super heavy. I have 108, so typically, really, if I only get 92, I should have enough to make 200, but we'll see. And also I'm putting a shout out there. If any of you like the movie or the play Mamma Mia, I found a really cool Donna and the Dynamos t-shirt, but it's a size medium. I don't sell size medium, and I don't know anyone. If they are size medium, they've never seen Mamma Mia. And if they like Mamma Mia, they're not a size medium. So if anybody out there watching me wants this shirt, please message me below and I will get it to you free of charge. So, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and eat this lunch, take a break, and I'll be back after my second thrifting. Okay, guys, it's 4:14, which means I'm running about 15 minutes early, I think. I thrifted for about 2.5 hours. I got 97 items this time. Altogether, 206 items. Woohoo! So it made my quota. My goal was 200. I was a little bit nervous because when I was putting my stuff in the car, I have to take my cart back in, and I heard all this screaming from some guy. And this is a really bad part of town. I mean, a guy's been shot on the corner at night here. It's just a really bad part of town. And it just sounded like somebody who was super, super angry. And I saw some teenage boys out by the street, and I think they were just...
Message from the dark side.
Sorry,
there is.
that's Jenya. I was telling her I'm on my way home pretty soon. I think they were just fooling around and pushing each other, you know. And so I got nervous. So I have a hot Diet Coke here, just a little bit. I'm just going to drink. It's not really hot, just kind of warm. So these glasses really worked well. And I brought a glasses holder, but I don't know where it is so that I don't scratch these up. It's probably in my IKEA bag. So I'm going to switch out. It says turn off the camera to improve phone performance. Okay, so I don't feel like I did as great on the second time. Towards the end, I was putting a lot of t-shirts with funny sayings in my basket, and that's okay. I mean, you know, plus size women, I've always said, deserve fun graphic tees. But it just, and I don't think I got as many jeans and pants as I was expecting, but I did get quite a few shorts. So that was good. And I don't know, I keep my shorts at 10% off for 2 years before I discount them. So shorts at any time of the year is fine for me. But anyway, I'll just put some things on the screen to show you what my trunk, you know, how many bags, what the cart looked like the second time, now what the trunk looks like with all the bags in it. So I just realized that on my first thrifting haul, I had an item that had a security tag on it, and I'd put it down in the bottom of the basket, the very bottom, so that when I got up to the cash register, I always look down there and see if anything needs the security tag taken off. Well, when that whole thing happened with that homeless man, I got distracted, and I was trying to empty my cart really quick, and I put it in there. So I've got at least one item that I'll have to wait a couple of weeks and bring it back. But other than that, I got a lot of dresses. I got a lot more dresses than I expected because I did get some dresses on the dress aisle, but then I also found them mixed in. So I don't know. I think I still like shopping in the front of the store better. I don't know why. It's just comfortable. Do y'all have like a route in your store that you go first? Like, I go to the dresses first because it's a whole wall, and I did really well in that aisle. And there's other things besides dresses. I'll find pants there, jeans. I found 3 Catherine's tops on that wall. I don't know how they get over there, but and then today I went straight to men's, and I didn't find very many men's shirts. So I mean, I've kind of slowed down on thrifting men's shirts, and but I did have a guy the other day say he wants to come back and shop again, so I guess I need to have something. And then I typically go just one section over, and today I started, after the men's shirts, I went to like sleeveless tanks because I was looking for camisoles, and I did not do very well with camisoles today. I'm always running low on camisoles. And then from there, I skipped a whole bunch of rows And we're talking about my first trip. I skipped a bunch of rows and I went over to where I thought maybe there were some tunics, because tunics is something that I haven't been finding much of, and that's my jam, tunics, you know. And for the last year or so, I haven't really found that many things that I would consider tunics. And when I went over there were more dresses. So what I have to figure out is, my back is hurting a little bit. Like, it started hurting on the second trip really pretty bad for a while. What I have to figure out is, for my time, this took a whole day of my time, is it better to go like one time for 6 hours or go every week for 3 hours? You know, because I have enough drafts in my draft bank to cover me today, tomorrow, and probably the next day. All things that I've inventoried, though, they're not newly listed items, but those are selling anyway. But I just have to figure that out. Do I want to do this? I mean, it wasn't that bad, really. And I don't know. I kind of like it. I got it over with. Does that make sense? I used to look forward to thrifting. Every time I went, I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to the thrift store. I'm going to get some great stuff. And then lately it's become kind of a chore, you know. And then I also suffer from FOMO because I don't shop. They probably have 30 to 40 aisles. I don't even shop half of them in 3 hours. I can't. And I didn't even shop all the aisles in 6 hours, to be honest with you. There's certain aisles that I just avoid like the plague. There's some that the items are super low to the ground. I'm not going to bend over there. I'm sure I'm missing really great stuff. But I kind of get the fear of missing out when I leave after 3 hours. So, but I don't know that the stuff I got the second time was any better than I could have gotten next week. You know, so I got to figure that out, weigh my options, because it is something to think about, you know, thrifting twice a month instead of thrifting 4 times a month. And sometimes I make 100 last for 2 weeks because I'm doing so much inventorying every day. Sometimes I will make, and these 200 may not get listed in 2 weeks. I may slow down because I do need to inventory, but I don't have any appliance parts left to do. Just have those 2 picture frames. And I don't plan to go back to the flea market anytime soon because my sales are sucking so bad that I don't want to go and spend another, like I did last week at the flea market, $160. All those appliances have been listed, but they haven't started selling yet. But they've only just been listed a couple of days. So, that's something I got to think about. What do you guys think? You know, you think I should do that? Like, shoot me a comment below. I don't know. I'm excited to get these tags off. So I'm going to probably empty about 3 or 4 bags. Keep like pants and jeans for measuring, and then the rest start making piles for the haul. So please look for a haul video this week. On my new channel, Wednesday or Thursday live, and then a couple of days after it's live, I replay it over here on this channel. So if you want to look at some pretty clothes, that'll give you something to listen to and watch. That's my assistant. I'm going to need to call her back. Also, if you're interested in working privately with me in a hangout, please message me on Instagram at reseller_rowboat, and I will put you on the list and let you know when I'm working. And please share this video with others. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I'd love for you to be a part of this community. Don't forget to paddle on. We're all in this business boat together, and may God keep you in his pocket. Bye.